All right, last night while we were driving, the check light came on, so let's connect the blue driver, turn, and scan the car and see what's wrong. Results are in. It says we have ignition coil B secondary circuit. Probably open. We have a bad coil, so that is probably bang 2 because it says cylinder 2 misfire. That is definitely a coil pack. So now that we figure out what the problem is, let's replace it. Back at it again. This will be the first video of the build series. First, we're gonna do the maintenance, and then after that, we start walking around the car, see what damages are there, what we need to repair. Even though I'm changing a lot of the panels on this car, we're doing everything ourselves. Of course, we're not gonna take it to the dealership. This is a DIY. We don't want to spend hella money. So I am not a mechanic. I've never worked on a 911 before. I've worked on a few cars, but this is new to me, but it's not rocket science, and YouTube is like one of the best school, honestly. If you want to learn something new, just come on YouTube. There's a video for everything. Today, I'll be doing the coil packs on the car. I'm gonna pretty much show you how to get the coil packs done without removing the rear bumper. For some reason, people think you need to take the rear bumper off to get majority of the maintenance done. Actually, you really don't need to. The dealership might do it a different way, but honestly, once you get off the wheel, you really have access to do the spark plugs and everything. So I'm gonna show you how to get that done. But first, we need to go get the key for this wheel, and I believe it should be in the front. So hopefully it's in here. Oh, that unlock is so satisfying. This side, or yeah, it's right here. There it is. Look at that. All right, that's what we need. And of course, which one is it? It's one of them. I think, is it this one? Oh, right here. That's it. Let's get the wheel off. God, look at that boy. One meaty tire. There it is. It's not a lot to work with, but you're able to get access to the heat shield. We just need to remove the top heat shield. There's only 2 bolts, I believe, not 3. I need to get some light under here so we're able to see way better. Now that we got the light set up and everything to give you guys a better view under here, what we're gonna do. First, we definitely need to get an E-socket, probably E10, to remove the top shield. So we need to remove this one right here, and one is further down there. It is doable. Good enough space just to work. As you can see, these cars are not really as difficult to work on as people think they are. Honestly, when you start removing wheels and stuff, you start having more access to a lot more items under the car. Anyway, one is out. Now to go for the other one. Been a while I work these little fingers. All right, that is out. All right, there it is. Now we have access to the coil, and we need the middle coil. This is T27. Oh, let's try that first. I don't know. It is a T27. Look at that. And that's pull. Right. Now to unplug. So not a lot of room to work with. I need my flats, or just something just to put some pressure on the top and then pull the clip off top. Oh, this could work. Not the right tool, but it'll get it done. Alright, I'm about to teach y'all some stuff. I'm sure this is good info. I'm quite positive this is good info. If you want to test if you have a bad coil pack, and you could do this on any car, it doesn't matter. Once it relates to coil packs, it's the same thing. All you have to do is reconnect the coil. The coil is reconnected. It is getting power. You use one of these light testers. These are cheap. I believe it's like $9 at AutoZone or something. You ground it anywhere on the motor, anywhere you could just ground it. And the only thing you're going to do is put the tip of the tester pretty much right there. You're not putting it all the way in there. You're putting it right there, just close as possible. If you see blue, it's good. If you see orange, light orange or red, it is going bad. And if you don't see anything, then you know that's definitely a dead coil. That's the way you test your coils. Yep, the coil is definitely bad. You don't have to put it on it. You just need to put it close to it and you should see some sparks. And we're not seeing anything, so we know it's bad. Here is the new coil pack. Pick up this bad boy from O'Reilly's. It was just $60 for one. Way cheaper than the dealership, that's for sure. And here's the new one. There's the old one. Right now to put in a new coil, slide it in, all the way up in the hole. It's crazy, I got this out easier than I'm getting it back in. Did I take it from the top? I probably did take it from the top. Yep, it sure did. And there. This is in the way. All right. Snug. Just the bolt area. Alright. There he is. Turn until we get to the hole, and then that's seated. Let's put in back the nut and tighten up. I don't know how much Newton meters to tighten. I could check, but as I said, I'm not a real mechanic. I am a YouTube mechanic, so the information is available on Google, but I trust these hands. Trust them a lot, so that's enough. Now let's reconnect. You need to hear that click sound. Oh, you heard it. Put it back under here. You want to put back in the heat shield. You're not putting it from this front here. You have to put it in from the cats and come upwards. Once you do that, then you go up and over. And come down. There it is. Now we just need to put these bad boys in. I believe this was the T10. Yep. Done. We're finished, ladies and gentlemen. Now we just need to slap the wheels back on and we're good. Man, look at the size of this thing. Jesus, this is wide. Good Lord, look at that. I don't like Pearlies. These are P0. They're nice tires. The problem, they don't have a lot of tread on them, so I probably get some Michelin. But then somebody yesterday, I believe it was Robert, who told me I should get some NATO. I'll probably get those. I'll probably get them because the Michelin is probably going to run me $1,400 for a full set, and the NATOs, they said, well, based on a few YouTube videos, they said they were pretty awesome. Let's go give it a start. Ugh. All right, there it is. The car's idling. It feels about high 600s RPM. That's how it feels. That's what it reads, but Oh yeah, we back, baby. We're good to go. It would have come on already. Oh yeah, we gotta go on the road now. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to catch y'all in the next one. I hope you learned something in this video. If that's, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. I'm learning along this project as you guys are. As I said, I've never worked on these cars before, and I'm quite sure it's no different from working on a BMW, so we'll figure it out.